connecting you to our community, 11 Connects.
Welcome to 11 Connects. I'm your host, Jen Lennon. Today I'm joined by Deb Cannan. She is the Director of Grief Support and Volunteer Services for Pikes Peak Hospice and Palliative Care. Deb, welcome.
Thank you.
So Deb, this time of year, as the holidays approach, I know it can be challenging. Things pop up on us, feelings creep up, whether we've lost a loved one weeks, months, years ago. Tell us what advice you have.
Holidays can be a difficult time if you've experienced a loss. And often it's the anticipation of an event or a holiday that can be really hard on us. We worry, we stress, what's going to happen, how are we going to feel. So it helps if you make a plan. You know, think about where you're going to go, who you're going to see, what you're going to do. And even if you change that plan, it just helps reduce the anxiety and worry about what you're going to do.
Sure, and I know that connecting to others, remembering that loved one is important. So you have some events planned for anyone in the community. Let's start with November 20th. What's coming up?
So that's the date of our Hope in the Holidays presentation. It's an hour-and-a-half class where we just offer some tips and ideas about how to cope, how to manage yourself and your feelings, and ideas about ways to remember your loved ones who are gone, and how to get support and help from other people.
Because that's important, not just moving on and forgetting, but for many people, they create traditions at this time of year.
That's right, and it's really important to remember them, even though it might be hard and it might be sad. It's worse to be walking on eggshells and not talking about it, you know, but to remember them. Light a candle, tell a funny story, remember them.
Got it. And another event coming up on November 25th, tell me about that.
That is a short 4-week support group, which is similar to the other support groups we run all year long, but it is focused on holidays and the special needs and support and challenges we have of approaching holidays.
And can you provide support for children or teens as well if they're in grief?
Absolutely. We do have counselors who are skilled at working with children, and in fact we have a special event for families. It's called How the Grief Stole Christmas.
Got it. That's December 7th. That's when that event is?
It is. Okay. It's a 2-hour workshop for parents and children together when there's been a loss in the family. So we'll work with parents and children separately, then bring them together. And
I know you even have a dinner for that event.
We do.
Fantastic. Now these events you offer for free.
Yes.
But I know you ask for registration, so how do we do that?
Absolutely. We just need a phone call. We need to talk with you, get your name on a list, get a head count so we know what we're preparing for. And the information will also be on our website. You can find out about it there, or just call the main office and ask to speak to the Grief Center.
And again, these are free to everyone in the community, but if it's in your heart to help support programs like this, I know that you'll always accept donations. How would we do that? Can we donate to a specific event?
You can, or just to Pikes Peak Hospice in general, and we'll put it to good use for folks who can't afford care.
And just as a reminder to everyone, if this is a first holiday that you're approaching, that cycle of the first 13 months is critical. So if you find things coming up, this is not unusual. If you feel like you've gone through a process but the holidays trigger something. That's
very common, very normal. Don't feel like there's something wrong with you, that you should be better now, you should be over it. In fact, even into the second year, the second time around can even be as difficult.
Or if we see children who were perhaps little with the loss of the loved one getting older, asking questions.
Yes, there's many, many ways to be reminded of and to be triggered by your loss, and to revisit it and rethink about it year after year.
So we hope folks will connect to one of these events, or all of them, to go ahead and remember that loved one at this time. Very important information. So thank you for organizing, Deb, and thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Thanks for joining me today. I'm your host, Jen Lennon, keeping you connected.